A lot of people say, and I'll say it, there's a history of alcoholism in my family. So I don't know if there was a seed planted because of that or just constantly being around it. But for me, it was when I started drinking, it was the getaway. It was the mental getaway from real life. It was also the part of what I did for a living was sales. It's dining, dinner and dining, and treating customers, and let's order a bottle of wine, and there's always somebody ordering a drink. And I was just a part of that culture of where, you went out after happy hour. I was hiding it, I'd go to happy hour, but then I'd have like a little shooter in my purse. So it escalated because I didn't want just the glass of wine. I wanted more. I used to say I like to fly, not drive. I want to get there. I want to get where I'm going. The road to alcoholism or any addiction of that matter does not equal anything prosperous out of it. You lose. You lose. You lose families, you lose friends, you lose jobs, you lose current opportunities, you lose your house, you lose your car, all these things. How do I know? Because I lost my house, car got repoed, lost a job. Well, I was committed by my best friend Helen and my cousin Teresa, and they committed me more than once. It was, I was going to quit, and then I didn't follow through with the treatment aspect. So once I got through Rosecrance, I lived at the Cynthia house, which is a sober living house. Well, I used to always walk around and say, this is my house, right? That's where I started branching out, learning the bus lines, finding a job. I worked at Casey's on Castleman, that was right down the street from Cynthia House, so I could walk to it. I just did what I had to do to get back on my feet. So at Casey's, I would always take the bus and head downtown. I saw the Warrior, and I was pretty amazed I'm like, I want to work there one day. And so I got hired on to be a reservation specialist, but the training was in St. Louis for that. So I ended up going to St. Louis. I relapsed there because I was staying in a beautiful hotel. All the drinks, room, board, everything, it was just on the house. So, what do? You go down to, they're sending you drinks, oh, welcome aboard, here's a glass of wine, so that was not good for me. And so I opted out of that. And then when I was coming back from St. Louis, I found the Gospel Mission. And Caroline and the Gospel Mission, the women's shelter, was a true blessing to me. Yeah, I went from a 1,750 square foot house with 3 bedrooms, mine, completely gutted and beautiful, to sharing 3 bunk beds in a room with two or three other people at any given time, sharing the showers with 20. The next part of the story is really miraculous, because I didn't expect to even be living where I was living. I just made a random call and said, hey, I want to look at this apartment. I'm very interested. I was working for Seaboard, making pretty good money, $20 an hour. And then I ended up going to Interbake. So both very good paying jobs here locally. So I took that money and I put to use moving into a place. And that's where I am now. I'm at the Beacon. Beautiful, beautiful place. So I stand as a witness that there is hope for the hopeless. And I've been everywhere, downtrodden, and it's all the way up from here. And it's because I'm putting God in the details of my story. He showed me grace and favor, and the best is yet to come. That's what I'm excited about, because this is the first time I've been asked to speak about my story. And I can talk about it, and hopefully, anyone seeing this message can be just encouraged that you don't have to stay in the state you're in. God is faithful, but we also have to be faithful over a few things before He can bless us to be the ruler of many. I have to believe that something better is on the way. And especially when you fall, we've all, again, fallen short of the glory and, through sin, which is our nature. And when He blesses us, God is in the blessing business. And so that's where I don't deserve it all. And you having that conversation with you made me realize that I don't. But some, there are times like, well, no, I do deserve it. I've been through all this in my life. No, I do deserve to smooth sail now, but we really don't. And it's a daily. It's the mercy of the day that we receive. That's the true gift.